All right, Josh. I'm going to be hosting a barbecue.
I love barbecues.
We're celebrating SoCal Gaming Expo coming to Pasadena, and all of these people are going to be a part of it. But I want to know which game characters should I or should I not invite to this barbecue.
Okay.
Are you ready for this?
I am.
So we're going to go through these different characters, and we want to know who would be allowed to show up to your party. Or where would you rank them?
Yeah, this is a tier list, and we have our tiers. And so...
Yeah, normally you go... You know what? F through E.
You go to S.
We don't do that. No. This is a barbecue.
This is placement in the barbecue, and honestly, it is. Do you even get to come to it at all? So
let's start at the bottom.
Yeah.
So we've got invited to a fake barbecue in another state.
So that's somebody we specifically so much don't want to come to it that we set up a fake one somewhere else that they then go to the same day.
Okay.
So they can't physically come.
Not invited.
Not invited. That's just straight up. Like we just didn't want you.
Okay. Invited, but we'll be sat next to someone we don't like.
So that's like you invite. That's somebody that's annoying, but you specifically want them to annoy someone that you like less.
Okay.
Or like you dislike more, I guess.
Okay. This person's invited, but you don't really plan on making time for them.
Nope.
Not gonna speak to them.
Nope. They're just there.
Invited.
Hey, you get to come.
We're glad you're here.
Yeah.
You get to sit next to us.
Now that's your VIP.
That's your VIP.
And here's what my thought. We each get 2.
Okay.
Because you can't sit next to more than 2 people.
You can't. Now the question is, what are we serving at this barbecue? Is this steaks? Is this burgers? Is this... Well,
I mean, this is your barbecue, but
Well, I'm going to say burgers and dogs.
That's, to me, it's not a barbecue if it's not.
Bag of chips,
burgers, you
dogs,
wouldn't also do some steaks and chicken?
It depends.
Okay.
Yeah, I might do chicken burgers.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
All right, so burgers.
We're not doing steak. I can't afford steaks.
Okay. Chicken
not
burgers.
Big enough for that
burgers, hot dogs. We'll get there.
Okay.
50,000 more subscribers.
Yeah.
We'll have steaks.
That's it.
Okay.
Okay. So let's start with our first person here, Josh.
This isn't in any particular order. You can mix up the order if you want. If you see somebody that calls out to you, go for it.
Well, we're gonna do. I think let's do 12 total characters of these selected ones.
Okay.
Because we don't have all day to go through this barbecue.
I mean, there's a couple people I might just say like, let's throw them where they're supposed to go right now.
All right. How about let's start with Star Fox.
Okay.
Okay. Josh, any thoughts on Fox McCloud coming to your barbecue?
I don't have a problem with Fox.
Yeah.
I'm a little worried about how does he eat?
Yes.
Does he eat like a dog?
Right.
That could be a problem.
Yeah.
I think my biggest concern with Fox McCloud is, have you ever seen him without the posse of like idiots following him around?
Does he invite Slippy?
Exactly.
Wow.
Now, so like you could say like, hey Fox, it's a we're not doing +1s or whatever.
Yeah.
I think Slippy shows up no matter what.
He does. That's a good question.
Really, to me, the question is
because how do they find them when they're in battle?
Correct.
Maybe GPS or something.
I mean, I think honestly, Fox couldn't get rid of him if he wanted to. Fox McCloud might say like, "Look, I wish Slippy didn't show up either."
Yeah.
But what is Slippy doing? Nothing. So he's just following, like he's watching whatever. He's probably got like access to Fox's like phone, and you can see where he is, and then he'll show up.
He's got his paper calendar and his digital one.
Exactly.
I think. Yeah.
So my thought is, for me, it is you either invite him, but you're not going to talk to him, or you specifically invite him and put him next to somebody you don't like because you're sure Slippy's going to annoy him.
Okay. Well, I'm going to say this is a tough one for me. He shows real leadership skills, qualities. His team usually takes his directions. He's got to get Falco under a little bit of control.
He does,
That's a problem. But he takes wise counsel from Peppy, which I appreciate, But that indicates
but Peppy's going to be there, and he's just going to be, like, giving you...
Peppy's going to be that nice guy that you're like, hey, bud, and then, like, a couple minutes in the conversation, you're like, oh, my phone's ringing.
Yeah, I gotta go.
Peppy won't follow.
Okay, all right.
But I like that Fox is a guy that he's gonna be a guy that people enjoy talking to. He probably has good manners. He talks to other people in a very respectable way.
Okay.
I think at a barbecue, he's going to be a guy that's going to really hold it down. I don't know how entertaining and fun he's going to be, but he is going to be there.
Okay.
So now here's the next question, though. The concern that I really have about Fox is yours. It's one of hygiene.
Yeah.
Like
he's a dog.
foxes are not known for eating with a fork and a knife, and does he just start slurping it up? And in that way, I don't know if his instincts take over.
If you drop the dog when you're cooking it, is he there immediately to just like grab it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think that's a real
I would invite him and not plan on talking to him is what I would do.
I'd want to hear about his adventures. I think I could.
You want to hear about that dinosaur planet again?
I do. I think there's probably quadrants. It's a rare game.
You're
so there's
crazy.
Probably
You're
parts of
crazy.
it that we haven't even explored
Bath modads.
So let's put
How
him.
many bath modads?
I'm
going to
invite him, but I don't want him to sit at my table. But
so you're saying he's invited?
He's invited. Well, he's in between. Can we put him between both?
No. That's not how tier maker works.
What?
You're in a tier or you're not.
Okay. Well, how strongly do you feel about not speaking to him?
I'm not going to talk to him.
Okay, let's keep him there.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. He's there. He got the invite. All right.
You pick the next.
Okay, I'll pick the next one, and I think that I am going to go with. I think this is. I think we'll just do an easy one, Mr. Kirby.
Oh, good choice.
He does not get invited.
You just went right to it.
You got to have food for everyone else.
Fair.
He's going to come in,
what a great
big
point.
mouth, sucks it all in. You don't have a barbecue anymore.
What if
you don't even have the tables?
He eats the table.
You get the little you got that little vinyl like tablecloth that you have it on. Everything's gone.
Yeah.
So I just think straight up, Kirby, you don't invite him.
But Kirby's such a sweetheart.
He's a sweet kid.
You
go to his house.
Yeah.
Because he presumably has some sort of system for how he eats.
I do.
You go to his house. You don't invite him to your.
I do think there's an entertainment possibility here that we're just really missing out.
He's gonna eat your grandma and then press down and become like your grandma.
But so think of
grandma version. But then where's your grandma go? She turns into a star, gets shot at a tree.
The entertainment possibilities. You're not just thinking of the barbecue. You're thinking of the day after the barbecue. We're all going to be saying, remember when Kirby did that incredible impression of grandma? And we're never going to forget that.
That's because he just became your grandma. Look, I think you invite Kirby, you don't have a barbecue anymore. So I think it's you don't invite him.
At the end of the day, when you put it that way, Josh, I really am just like, you're right.
Your barbecue is over the second he gets there.
I got to put him in the don't invite.
Yep, you don't invite him.
What a tough one.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to go with the next one. I'm going to say do we have? Is it Marcus Phoenix?
Yeah, that is Marcus Phoenix.
Let's talk about Marcus Phoenix.
Okay. Come on!
What an affectionate soul he is.
Really?
He really cares about his team, his squad.
Okay.
He's the guy that you see hugging people when he's out there on the football field or the battlefield. I think he's somebody who, if he's at the barbecue, he's probably going to look like one of those guys that you're like, you don't talk to that guy. He's pretty intimidating.
Yeah.
However you approach him, he's probably just going to be the nicest guy you've ever met in your life.
Yeah.
And so much of his anger and trauma is
I
around
think
the
he should be at the barbecue.
Well,
no matter what.
I do have a problem though.
What's that?
A huge problem.
What's that?
Well, I cut you off. That was rude of me. That was not a Marcus Phoenix thing.
Okay.
Keep going with where you're going.
I just think that he should be there. I don't know if he necessarily needs to be high on the list.
Yeah.
I think he probably should be there. But what's your problem? What's your problem with Marcus?
Have you seen how big that man is?
Yeah, he is very big.
How many of my burgers is that guy going to eat?
He's going to eat a lot. He's also going to you lose a seat next to his seat.
Fair.
Because he's got multiple seats.
It's just a lot of protein.
Yeah.
And I'm only one man.
And you don't if you were serving steaks, the chainsaw gun could come in handy.
Very handy.
But you don't need that.
And think of
everything you're serving is already cut up. It's just a waste at that point.
Think of the service he provides too. He has got that laser gun, I think, attachment thing.
Yeah, the Hammer of Dawn.
Yeah. Imagine if you...
Is that right? Is that right?
Imagine if your steaks...
I played Gears 1. That's it.
Imagine if your burger's a little undercooked, he just zaps that thing up with his gun. He doesn't have to take it to the grill.
Does the invisible robot come with him? Jack? The door opening one?
I've played through Gears 5 from front to back. I don't remember the robot's name.
Well, but Gears 5 is not Marcus Phoenix Gears.
Whatever it is.
That's like what? His daughter? His son?
I think it's his. It's a relative of his.
Is Gears of War ever coming back? Like I feel like that series people talk about, but is dead.
They kind of ran it into the ground.
Yeah,
it feels like.
But
we're talking about Marcus.
We're talking about Marcus. Gears 1 through 3, Marcus Phoenix.
I'm gonna say. Gosh, I'm gonna say I can't invite him. I can't afford it. He's a Kirby situation for me.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
You just think he shows up and he's like, "Can I get another burger?" And you're like, "Again?"
Dude, yeah. Again, you will not have food for your guests.
He could go to In-N-Out and get a triple, and they'd be and he'd be like, well, that was like the equivalent of one French fry.
Yeah, he
for
doesn't
you
even
and
have
me.
them. Yeah.
Yeah, so I can't invite. What about you?
Okay, I would say yeah. He
It's-
doesn't get invited.
All right, let's go.
All right, I'm gonna say Mr. Duke Nukem. So Duke Nukem to me
Yeah.
is like your very old racist uncle. He's from another time. He's from another era, and it's going to be bad. But I also think it's very funny, especially if you
Josh,
get some
there's
hoity.
nothing funny about racism.
There's some hoity-toity. Yeah, but when it's like if you're watching someone else sort of faceplant with it, there is some comedy there. I would personally put Duke Nukem in the section where like all of the people I don't like are like coworkers and other things where I'm like, I invited you guys, but I actually kind of want you to suffer a little bit. Yeah. So I would invite him and put him there specifically. Be like, you're gonna have you guys are gonna have a time.
You know, his heart's in the right place. He's always trying to stop the aliens.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
He's trying to stop the aliens from taking over the earth.
Only wants the babes. He's the worst person, but he's so bad in a so predictable way that it's kind of nice.
Well, I'm a gracious host. Mm-hmm. I don't want him at my barbecue because I feel like you'd have to have a certain level of decorum. You know?
Yeah.
I expect
he doesn't have that.
I don't know if he has that. But if you want him to be there because you need some cheap shot jokes, then let's put him in invited position we don't like.
Yes, well, you won't see him. Trust me. So.
Oh, this is good. All right, let's go with Navi from Macarena of Time.
Okay.
What a delightful little spirit that Navi is. Just shows up at any point. I think you're going to need to clean up the place. You're going to always have a little helper telling you exactly what you need to do, exactly where you need to go.
I disagree. You don't get anything other than hey and listen.
Yeah.
That's all you will get.
Yeah.
Constantly.
Which is the downside of Navi. So
the only side of Navi.
She's not going to eat a lot of your food.
She's not. No. She might not eat anything.
I would guess that Navi's in fact a vegetarian.
I don't even know if Navi is a thing that eats.
I think it is.
Oh, okay.
You have to have fuel.
Okay.
Every being needs some kind of fuel.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but at the same time, I do think that if Navi's at my barbecue and she keeps on saying, "Hey, listen," I'm putting her right next to Duke Nukem at that table.
I was thinking the same thing but I was also thinking that Navi could be invited to the barbecue in Missouri.
Man, wow, you really don't like.
I know. I think this is actually much funnier.
Yeah.
Is that you put Navi specifically in the area that you're like, boy, you really made me angry last week with whatever.
Yeah.
You should meet this delightful fairy.
All right.
Navi is a social bomb that you drop on people, right?
Now, could you imagine a conversation's going and she has a point and then every sentence starts with, "Hey, listen."
Yes. Right.
But you know, I mean, I do think that at the end of the barbecue, a lot of people are
aliens wrecked my ride. Hey, listen, aliens wrecked my ride. That kind of thing.
But I think
come get some.
You have a barbecue, you get to the end of it, and you're gonna be like, "I need to clean up." You know who's gonna clean up? Navi. You need a Navi at a party.
Does Navi? You seem to think Navi does things. I don't think Navi does anything.
Yeah. Even
doesn't have hands.
I think you're mischaracterizing this. I don't think it's just that she does things from like a mystical perspective. I think emotionally, I might like that support at some point, and never discount and encourage her. Josh.
Okay. All right.
Who do you got?
I'll tell you who I think that you invite to another barbecue in a fake barbecue in another state.
Who's that?
Is the dude from Skyrim.
Yeah.
Because the only thing that guy knows how to do is the first dragon shout you get, which if you've ever played that game is Fusro Da, and the only thing Fusro Da does is blow everything off a table.
Forget it.
Every single time in Skyrim you use it, just blows the stuff off the table.
Don't want him.
So just have him do that in Missouri.
Yeah.
That's where our fake barbecue is going to happen. Missouri.
Yeah, you have a similar protein issue as you do Marcus Phoenix because he does have quite muscular.
He can just kind of keep eating. Well, it depends on what Skyrim guy we get, right?
Yeah.
There's all kinds of different ones, but the Fusro Da is the same every single time.
Yeah.
Which is just to knock all the plates and everything off of it.
All right,
Too many cheese wheels, too.
all right, next time, I'm going to go with Professor Layton.
Okay. That's a good one.
He gets a strong invite from me.
Does he?
He does. He's a very, probably very conversational.
You can talk about a lot of things.
He could talk, very interesting experiences in his life, very cultured, very well-mannered.
Seen a lot of things, been to a lot of places, and knows a lot of stuff.
What if you lose something? He's going to find it.
Well, are you going to be okay, though?
Yeah.
With when you're talking to them, he is constantly going, oh, that's interesting. Tap, tap, tap. Looking for those coins. Everything. He's looking for the coin. Yeah. Everything you have. He's going to tap 3 times to see if a coin pops up.
He might get a little touchy. That's true. Yeah. You know what? I
wouldn't have him sit next to me. That's what I would say.
Yeah, that's why I'm inviting him, though. Because
he's going to come. He gets a regular invite. He gets a handshake, a hello.
So you're going to have...
And you're gonna go up and converse with him for a little bit.
You're going to have people who are going to bring a lot of fun to the party. He might be the guy that just evens it out a little bit to where he doesn't take away the fun. He just balances it a little bit.
Right.
But I got to tell you, Josh, I can't judge somebody to be perfect. I got to say, it's okay to have some flaws, which is why I'm inviting you, Professor Layton.
He gets in.
You get in.
Okay.
And you're a welcome part of the party.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I got to talk about Ryo from Shenmue.
What a great choice.
Yeah.
Tough one, though.
Yeah, really tough because he's only going to talk about forklifts and sailors the whole time.
Yeah.
I don't need to talk about that.
And what if his flat voice affect?
Yes.
There's that, too.
Hey,
what's that going to be like in a conversation?
Do you know anything where sailors might hang out?
Yeah.
Do you know who killed my dad? Actually, he knows who killed his dad. Do you know where the man who killed my dad went?
That he's got to figure out.
Lan Di with that mirror?
Yep.
I only played Shenmue 1. I don't know if any of those questions were answered.
I played an hour of Shenmue 2.
Okay.
And I used to own the collector's edition of Shenmue 3, and I never played it.
Okay.
I sold it.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
I would put him right next to Fox. I would say, hey, I'm not going to talk to you, but I'm
glad you're here.
I'm fine with you being here.
You know why, Josh? He has a good heart.
He does have a good heart.
In the right
place.
He
does have a good heart.
And he's got.
If a scrap broke out, he's a pretty good fighter too.
He's going to help us solve some problems for sure. Yeah. Okay, this is good.
What do you think?
All right, next I'm going to go with Next I'm going to go with Samus.
Samus, okay.
Now here's someone that you got to have at your party.
Okay.
For me.
Really?
I think
this is not Zero Suit Samus either. This is like the full getup, coming with the gun arm and everything.
You know, Samus, you show up to my party, you're sitting next to me and my friends.
Wow,
at the table.
really?
I think, she's not too, she's not too like needy or whiny. She figures things out really well.
Totally. You're not getting. In fact, you could have an opposite problem with Samus of like, boy, it'd be great to talk a little bit more, Samus, and
right.
But when you want someone to just be there with you, like maybe you don't want to talk a lot. I think Samus is great for that.
Yeah, I think Samus might be that person who holds not only the conversation well, she might overtalk a little bit, I guess, if that's what you're saying?
No, I'm saying she doesn't say anything.
Yes, okay.
She does not talk.
Which was going to be the reverse argument I was going to make. So now that I understand you correctly, sometimes you need a friend who can just hold the silence.
Correct. Yes.
That's Samus.
She's not going to talk your ear off, for sure.
And I'm not, I'll feed her a second burger if she gets hungry for a second, too.
Okay, I mean, yeah.
Alien planets, she travels a lot. Yeah, but
she burns calories.
She does burn calories, but you know what? And with that big suit, I would just love to see her press a button and just have it form, and everything. What a cool party!
It's gonna be really interesting, like if she has to blend the burger up and then drink it through a straw, because there's no mouth hole.
That's a fair point, but she could probably take.
But that's fine. I don't care if that's how you like to eat your burger.
I won't judge that.
I don't care.
Yeah, she's sitting.
So she's sitting next to you, huh?
Bring it up.
Okay,
let's go.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
And also, she's not the kind of person who I would, feel like is. Like my wife would love talking to her as well. You know what I mean? Like they would get along really well.
Yeah, because your wife's going to be like, your job is so interesting. Like, can you tell me some things about it? And I think she'll tell you a little bit.
They'll get along. That's good.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Let's see. I don't. Gosh, I'm struggling to look at who is going to sit next to me.
So far we've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. We've got 3 more we got to select here for our barbecue, Josh.
3 more, huh? Well, let's talk
I'll pick,
about.
how about
Go for it.
We'll pick for each other.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. How about Pikachu?
Pikachu.
Yeah, Pikachu.
I feel like Pikachu. He.
It.
Pikachu is an animal. So you got a little bit of animal, but then Pikachu's small, so even if Pikachu's going to pick out, it's not going to be a big deal.
No.
Pikachu is cute. Very cute. Kind of lovable.
How many people show up to a party and you got that lovable...
I feel like Pikachu's the life of the party.
Possibly.
I think Pikachu goes here.
I strongly agree with that, Josh.
I think you invite Pikachu, you want to talk to Pikachu a little bit. You're not going to get a lot of words out of him, but you definitely are going to get Pikachu out of him.
That's right. Even if he did have a lot of words, it'd be the same one.
It would be the same one over and over again. But Pikachu's a staple. Like, Pikachu gets to come.
How many people have thought to themselves, and even like, just think of how many people who in their childhood here in this list grew up with Pikachu.
Yeah.
And then Pikachu shows up, they're going to be like, they're going to freak out. They're going to be like, we have a celebrity here. So, I'm a fan.
What about this guy?
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, I know.
Mario.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, I'm just worried because every time Mario shows up somewhere, Bowser does. It's just an inevitability. So, you know, I don't want to have to deal with that at my barbecue.
Does he, or is that only if Mario and Peach show up somewhere?
Well, we didn't have Peach on this list.
Don't.
It is lacking in female presence, actually. I did want to comment on that.
There wasn't a lot in the thing that I pulled all these from.
Which is not a statement on gaming at all.
No, it was from whoever made the tier maker list of video game characters.
Well, there's also Aloy. There's,
there's
a lot.
They weren't in there.
Well,
I don't know what to tell you.
This is not the first barbecue list.
Okay.
All right, so as far as Mario is concerned, I like that he's got the fireball. That's a good party trick. I do think that ultimately he's there for a good time.
Okay.
I do think that he's a bit of an icon. I can't take that from him. But I don't really want to talk to him very much.
No.
And so I'm going to invite him, but I'm not going to talk to him.
Okay, so he hangs out with Fox.
Yeah, but that's for me. What about for you?
For me, I'm going to go with Sans here.
No, sir. Sir, what's your opinion on Mario?
Oh, that's fine. I don't. Yeah, I'm fine with him being there.
All right.
I agree with you. I don't have any more thoughts on Mario. I mean, I would be fine with Mario being not invited.
And I got to tell you something before you pick this next character.
Yeah.
I've played a couple of hours of Undertale, but I haven't played to the end, and I understand that the ending is pretty interesting.
It is very interesting.
So,
Sans
whatever you're about to say,
Sans is the best character.
Okay.
He's the coolest guy. He's the one you want on your side.
Yeah.
He also has like the best music.
Okay.
So when he shows up, you hear Megalovania from Undertale start playing, and you get hyped. So he is sitting next to me the whole time.
Okay. Are you concerned at all that because he's a skeleton, he eats that burger, it's going to go right through him?
No, I think that he is wearing like a jacket, so it'll just stay in there. It's fine. It's fine.
He's probably figured that out at this point.
I think so. And Sans might honestly just be like, I don't need to eat. Don't worry about it. Like save me a burger. I'm just gonna hang out, and you just hear and you're like, yes, dude, this is great.
All right.
I'm rolling. So
okay, we got 12. That's how many we're gonna do. But you know what, Josh? I'm gonna do a lucky 13 on this one. I think we need to finish it here. How do we feel about Little Mac? I'm gonna say Little Mac. Yeah.
Little Mac. Well, I mean, he's fine, right? He doesn't talk a lot.
Yeah.
He does, and I'm thinking like
he hasn't knocked out Mike Tyson before. He did, so he could give Jake Paul some lessons.
He could.
That could be helpful for him.
Is he just going does Little Mac have fun? Because all we see of him in his training.
What a great question. He is always working hard.
He's always running.
Yeah.
He's always being chased by the guy on the bike.
I'll tell you though, even when he gets knocked in the face and he's, bleeding and everything in the middle of rounds, you know what he's doing every time?
He gets up. His resolve is
incredible.
Yeah, it's unmatched.
But he's always smiling, even when he's.
He is always smiling.
You got to think about that. Let's say he's not finding anyone to connect with at this party. You know what he's doing? He's still okay. You don't have to worry about him.
Yeah.
I think that's someone who's self-sufficient at a party.
Yes, I agree. I think he is a good mark on the party. Like I think he adds. What I don't think though is, have you ever talked to a boxer? Like spoken to one?
Many times, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
It's terrible.
No.
It's just like the worst experience.
That might be your neighborhood.
Because they've been hit in the head too many times. They don't know what they're basically suffering from, like CTE constantly. I would say like, hey, I'm not planning on talking to you. Wow. You can come here, but I'm not going to talk to you about. I don't want to hear about when you punched that guy.
Yeah, you do have a real issue here, which
you seen Rocky?
I've seen Rocky.
Imagine just Rocky is there the whole time, but like older Rocky.
Yeah. Well, but Little Mac's still little. He's not older yet.
That's a clever nickname because he'll be called Little Mac even when he's very,
90.
very old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If he makes it that far because of all the head
you
punches.
can still be old and little.
You can. Yeah. Well, that's
you can't be old and
littler the
be
older
young
you
Mac.
get.
That is true.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
What a real conundrum we have. Well, I'm going to invite him.
Okay, you can invite him.
You don't have to speak to him.
I think he could be invited. I would be fine with him being invited.
He's not going to bring the party down.
No, I don't think so.
I think that winning smile is going to just keep people in a good mood. So let's look at who's at our
But
party.
can we just throw someone at Skyrim guy, Dragonborn?
Let's go.
Like who is like, no.
Don't even show up.
Yeah, don't bother. Or please come to our Missouri barbecue. Who would you say out of this list is most Missouri barbecue?
I got mine.
Do you?
Yeah, I do. Who do you got?
I don't know if I had something that harsh, but I think that I think I got mine too. Yeah.
Okay, so do you want to go first? Or
Yeah, I'll go first.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good one.
It's nothing but conspiracy theory. I'm specifically thinking this is Ezio Auditore because it's the only one that anyone would know. It's nothing but conspiracy theories.
Nothing.
Everything you're going to hear is like, is the ice cream guy over there a Templar? Did you know the Pope's a Templar? Did you know the president's a Templar? Like, dude, I don't care. Like, I've been on the internet long enough. I do not want to hear about any of this stuff. Not at my barbecue.
I'm over this guy.
Yes, right.
You know who I was going to say was actually Ryu.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
You know why?
Why?
He is, just think of the mood killer that he would be.
He is a bummer not wearing shoes, for sure.
He is just so serious all the time. Yeah. You could crack a joke at him and he'd look at you like... Mm-hmm.
He has a little bit of a Little Mac problem in, like, have you ever seen him have fun? And the answer is no. He's only training. But the difference is Little Mac smiles.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, Little Mac looks like training is fun.
Correct.
Ryu looks like training is life.
Correct.
And if you can't have a little fun in your life, you can't come to my barbecue.
Not at the barbecue, for sure.
Because you're gonna bring it down for everyone else. Like, Pikachu's going to crack a joke and he's just going to...
I'd invite Ken to the barbecue in a heartbeat.
Ken is sitting right next to me.
But Ryu, no.
Not even...
Yeah. And then when Ken is like, he's like... Hey, where's Ryu? He can make it for whatever reason. And meanwhile, he's in Missouri, showing up to an empty park.
Imagine these three guys getting together too.
Right.
What's that conversation going to be like?
I legitimately do not care.
Yeah,
I don't even want to know. That's how much.
The transcript of that conversation is 3 views for its lifetime video on YouTube. That's what that is. All right.
It's a Twitch stream with no viewers.
Okay. So let's look at our barbecue. We've got Duke Nukem and Navi sitting at the table. I just
specifically at people we don't like.
Invited but not spoken to. All good guys.
They're fine.
We're just
not going to talk
kind
to
of
them.
irritating sometimes. Invited. These are good people. They're kind of middle, holding it down. Pikachu's maybe standing out the most in that one for me.
Yep.
But then you got
Samus
these
and
two.
Sans.
I mean, I might talk to Samus and Sans the whole time.
The whole time. That's the whole
point. And then be like, oh my gosh.
Wow, hey guys, it was great.
3 hours.
Yeah, it was great to see all the rest of you. Yeah. These guys do not get invites.
No, sorry.
Just we leave it off.
Let's be clear. It's not because of them. It's because of the way that they might ruin the party for everyone else with their habits.
I mean, it's not because of them, but it is because of who they are.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
In a way.
We're not judging you, but everything about you makes you not a good fit.
The way
for the
that
party.
it is. Yeah.
All right.
And the rest, someday, maybe,
we're going to do another one of these
indeterminate.
Yeah,
indeterminate.
And we're excited to do that.